And we can't thank people enough. Please hit that like button. We love the fact that we're over 300 likes already halfway through the program. This is good stuff, man. You guys are killing it. Supers are up. Everything all goes towards the channel. We love the fact that you guys are here. Without further ado, the guy that's been killing it. Hey, man, I saw some of that gear he gave away. We're going to be doing that, too, with the Zach Bond gear here in this segment. Bill Moss will join us from the Kansas City Chiefs at 4:30. Man, this guy, hey, he ain't hanging out down there with M. Reyes that's selling them knockoff shirts that got EGLES. He ain't hanging out there with M. Reyes. Where the mayor's out there selling, hey, you could buy 2 of these things, EGLES. Hey, what in the hell is that? Zander goes big time, man. That gear is great. Without further ado, our good friend, Big Z, Zander Krause, joins us now here. How you doing, brother?
What's up, Big Sills? How you doing, brother?
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good getting ready for this Super Bowl. Happy to be back in it, man. Most fan bases are talking about the NFL draft right now, are making mock drafts, not in Philly. So we ready, man. We ready.
I want to go over some of this with you here. Did you agree with me? Wait, let's start here what I just left off with. What do you think is going to be a tougher preparation, prepping for a guy like Belichick and Brady or Mahomes and Reed?
I feel like Brady with the quarterback, but I feel like Reed with the coach. Can I do that? Can I split them up? I guess you can't really split them up. That's a good question. Who did you take? My bad. I was doing a million things.
I took Mahomes and Reed.
Yeah, I give them the edge, I think.
Because he offers more. He moves around more than Brady.
And Andy is near unbeatable off a bye week.
I'm starting to believe Andy Reid's a better coach than Belichick.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, this will be what? 4 Super Bowls?
5. 6.
Nah, 6 he's been to. 4, if he won, it would be his fourth win, right?
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy, man. This Chiefs team, I know we hate them and we want to stop this 3-peat, but man, they're really approaching rarefied air. They're up. You're in 4. That's wild, man, for this team. Patrick Mahomes is gonna get to Brady, man. What did Brady have? 7, right?
Brady has 7. He's been to 10.
He's got 6 in New England and 1 in Tampa.
Yeah, and he's been to 10.
We got to knock this team off, man. You know, I feel good. A couple of people have been talking about the fact that our first Super Bowl came against the GOAT. All right, after we lost to the GOAT in the Super Bowl. Now, this was like 12 or 13 years apart, so it's a little different. And then here we are again with a chance to avenge another win versus the modern-day GOAT, which is pretty cool, and the modern-day GOAT coach-quarterback combination. I feel pretty good about it, but, you know, I came into that Commander game talking heavy on Saturday, right? We going to win double digits, all these things. I don't think we're going to get to that point with the Chiefs. This team just finds a way to win every single game. You know, and the other thing that's hard to prep for this Chiefs team is like Spags, for example. He runs completely different defenses game in and game out. He doesn't have tendencies that he goes to all year or all playoffs.
He's a chameleon.
Based on the team he's going up against, he runs an entirely different defense. I'll give credit to Eagles Eric, his name is. He does Eagles X's and O's or Philly Film Room podcast, and he put up a quote tweet of somebody. Just in these playoffs, he ran quarters on over half the snaps versus Houston and cover 0 over 10% of the snaps versus Allen. So, like, he's changing based on who you are and what you do well. So, he's a tough guy to gauge. And, you know, Andy coming off the bye week is interesting because I like Fangio, but I don't know if I like him more than I like Andy Reid as an offensive mind. I mean, hey, I like Vic. Don't get me wrong, but this is his first #1 overall defense. Andy Reid's, you know, going for his 4th ring. I think that speaks for itself. So, Andy Reid off a bye week. You know what we need in this game? We need Saquon to get his yards, get his 100+, and we need Jalen to have an equivalent to what he did in the NFC title game or better, turnovers. And we win the game. If we win, if Jalen does that and Saquon gets his 100+, I think we win the game because I think we're more talented than them. I really do. I think we're way more talented than them, and the defense is going to make a play. They've made a play every single game this year. I mean, why would I not expect them to make a play?
You were way more talented than them in 22.
Yeah, different coordinators, different setup. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
don't want to
no,
use that as
definitely.
just the. No,
Yeah,
you're
but
not wrong. I mean,
coordinators are the same in KC.
yeah, they are. Well, who
Okay,
was their coordinator, offensive coordinator in 22?
Andy Reid. You think
Yeah,
it was Eric
it
Bieniemy?
doesn't really matter, right? Yeah.
That wasn't Eric Bieniemy calling plays, dog. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't care what
No, it doesn't
anybody
really
says.
matter. Damn,
Do you
4 Super
believe?
Bowls.
Do you believe that that was a backhanded slap towards the coaching staff by Jalen Hurts when he said, "Finally, the coaches took the handcuffs, straitjacket off me"? Do you think that's a backhanded slap at
Well,
those coaches?
yeah, yesterday I gave you the positive spin on it, right? That I thought it showed you that Jalen Hurts did sacrifice what he
Which is
needed,
true.
which is true. But two things can be true. I mean, that
It
was
is.
certainly a little bit of I don't know if he meant it as a slight, but I saw James Jones do a segment today, and I'm not, the one thing I don't like about sports sometimes, or at least the commentary around sports, is it's really easy to become a monolith. Like one person tweets something about a take, and then everybody retweets that same take, and then all of Eagles fans put one person in a box.
And it's a tidal wave. Then
like,
it's a narrative.
I'll listen to the content, and then I'll make up my mind about
Then
what
it's
I
a
think about
narrative. Then it becomes like a
it becomes
narrative.
a narrative. So I'll listen to the content, and then I'll make up my mind about it. James Jones came off, did a comment about this today about, I don't know if you saw that. Did you see this? So James Jones on that FS1 show with Emmanuel Acho and a couple of those other guys, Shady McCoy's on there. He did a take on this, and he kind of ripped into Jalen like, what do you mean you're in a straitjacket? You're taking a shot at your coach, and two, we've been watching tape all year. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith are in straitjackets because of you. So why are you using this now? But I think it's a little bit of a shot. I really do. I mean, how can it not be a shot?
It is a shot, but
it is a little bit of a shot, right?
The difference between him and McNabb is this. McNabb fought it and bitched about it and hated everybody.
Well, that goes back to my point yesterday. Jalen's willing to do what he wants to do what the team wants to do to win. And when it works, who cares? Like, who cares if they were in a straitjacket? Because at the end of the day, we're getting ready for a Super Bowl. 30 other teams are not. So we're in a good spot.
And those guys all in the huddle hate it, but they love winning more than they did. They sacrificed this year. Everybody sacrificed something this year to be able to get where you are. And if you're sacrificing for winning, that's the only thing that's going to make this better. By the way, let me tell you something.
Well, isn't that a feather in the cap too? I mean, if everybody's willing to sacrifice something,
it's a feather in Nick's cap.
It's right, and I think it's a feather in the player's cap too. At times you're going to be frustrated. That's inevitable. That's human nature. But if you're willing to live with that frustration and understand it's for the bigger goal on the team that you're a part of, that's putting team before yourself. And I think that's a good sign right there. I don't think James is wrong. James Jones, what he said about it. I don't think you're wrong with what you said about it, but I don't necessarily think it's all negative.
But it's not, because you're in the Super Bowl and you're 60 minutes from winning it. I mean,
exactly.
Now, if you lose it, you watch this. If they lose that Super Bowl, you watch the complaining that starts up, even though they, in theory, had a great year. You watch the bitching that goes on, especially if there's a deficiency in that game. And Spags does a great job in that game against them dudes. You watch the bitching that will come out, because all the things that, again, it's almost like you got your finger in the dike right now, and you got your finger there, and get this, as soon as that thing, you pull that finger out and that wall comes down and everything, holy shit, bitch, is that going to be a nightmare?
Oh, my. Sills, did you have to use that as your example? Good night. The channel's been a little unhinged today, and you are adding on to it.
I love it. I love the word unhinged. Hey, how about this? Do you think that Barkley in the last 25 years is the greatest acquisition, including T.O.?
Definitely better than T.O.
Really?
I think so.
Well, T.O. got in that Super Bowl. It wasn't his fault that they lost.
No, it wasn't his fault, but fuck T.O. He didn't do for this city what Saquon Barkley's done for this city, and nobody should try and tell me otherwise.
What's he done? I missed it.
Bro, I said it the other day. Who put this out? Was it Hugh Douglas? He put out, I don't know if you guys realize this, but there's about 1 million white babies going to be running around next year with the name Saquon.
I love
I heard
that.
I saw that tweet.
That's
and
a
lost
good line.
it, man. I lost it. And I'm like, I don't know, man. This dude, Saquon, look, he does. He's the type of guy, though, that has an impact on the community more so than just being a good football player. You can tell he's a leader of men. You can tell, you know, Saquon has a bigger impact, I think, more off the field. But also, he's not like, I'm not disrespecting T.O. T.O., yeah, exactly. I'm too young to remember, Fly Parks, how big of an impact he was. But you're telling me that Saquon Barkley, okay, we became a running team this year, and we had the greatest, this could be the greatest running season in the history of the NFL. Okay, T.O. was great. Did T.O. have the greatest receiving season in the history of receiving? No. Okay.
He had a
So
pretty
Saquon
good year.
Barkley, in my opinion,
He was pretty good that year. 1,400 yards in 12 games and 14 touchdowns.
1,400 yards is an average season nowadays.
In 12 games?
I mean, AJ Brown had 12 games last year. I mean, 12
he would have had
games,
19. He would have broke Megatron's
12
record.
games is good. 12 games is good.
I mean, that's
all right. Are you answer your own question?
No, I got Barkley too. I got Barkley too.
So I got
Barkley too.
back on my ass. I got Barkley.
Hey, I got Barkley too, man. No, I think
So did Saquon. Look at Messenger. T.O. took us to the bowl. So did Saquon.
Yeah. And there's the quarterback, in my opinion, was the problem. And by the way, all these guys were bitching too a little bit. And then the straitjacket comment. They took the handcuffs off me finally, and I went out there and played well. Now look at what I could do. See? I'm like this.
Says I'm out of my element. There's definitely better people to ask. I mean, older fans would be better to ask, but I'm going from the benefit of the now. But look, if we lose the Super Bowl, then they had the same result. Who had the better season?
Oh, it's Barkley by far.
I'm gonna go Saquon. I'm gonna rock with Saquon on this one.
How about this? Do you agree when I made the comment, the most valuable person to his team? Look, you can do Josh Allen, you can do Lamar, you can do Mahomes, you can do Stafford. The difference with these last two dudes standing, all these guys, Barkley and Mahomes, are the most valuable How many wins do you think the Eagles have if Barkley's not on your team this year? I said 10.
I said 12, 11 or 12.
12 if it was Super Bowl?
12 if it was clicking, 10 if it was what they did before the bye week.
So that means that if he's not there, there's more passing attempts and the turnovers would have continued. You think you're in the Super Bowl? Not me.
No, I didn't say that. Without Saquon?
Yeah.
I said 12 wins.
12 wins.
Super Bowl?
12 wins. Okay.
Why did you think I said Super Bowl?
I thought you said Super Bowl. I don't
think we'd be in the Super Bowl right now. Look, Akbar says T.O. was effing awesome. I didn't say he wasn't awesome. Was Saquon Barkley not awesome? Like, I know I'm out of my element here.
Hey, we're talking about two different – hey, wait a minute. We're talking about two great years. Nobody's talking about shitting on one of them. I'm asking you who had it better and more of an impact. It's like saying who would you take, Mahomes or Brady right now? Nobody's shitting on Mahomes if you take Brady.
Look at all these nerds. Look at Todd. What a fucking nerd. By the way, it's Zander with a Z. Zander has no clue what we're talking about. Enjoy the show, Todd. Sit back, relax, brew a cup of tea on the stove, and shut up, Todd. All right.
It's Zander with a Z.
Dummy. Yeah. All right, come on. Let's go. Next conversation.
Let's go.
But like Saquon Barkley's not about to pass Terrell Davis for the most rushing yards in NFL freaking history, right? Is that not about to happen? Am I something? I missed something? I mean, what the hell?
I think he's going to go for 200 yards.
Oh, my God. If he does that, then you should never bring this conversation up again.
Yeah, I think he's going to go for 200 yards.
30 yards away from passing Terrell Davis right now.
Yeah,
if he goes 200 yards in the Super Bowl and wins a Super Bowl MVP for the first time a running back would win it, I think it'd be 27 years. I think the last time someone won was Super Bowl 32. And I think it might have been.
It's Terrell Davis.
Yeah, it was Terrell Davis, right?
Yeah.
Let's see who.
That's record he'll break.
Terrell Davis, running back, Super Bowl 32.
I think that's against the Packers.
I'll tell you in a second. Yeah, it was. Good job. Big Sales is a football encyclopedia. 31
Packers. I think it was against the Packers in San Diego. So, I mean, I was at that game, actually.
Were you?
Yeah, I was at that game.
You've been to a lot of Super Bowls, haven't you?
I've been to about 20.
That is sick.
I know. You need to get your ass to one.
I know.
So let me go down this list. Here's
Bob,
some.
I can't wait. I can't. You know why, right?
Yeah, I know why. Fridays come.
Bob, no, that's not why. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Bobby Lang, who won't give me a credential to go because he hates the greatness of big sales.
Oh my God, get that. I'll get you a credential, man. I'll get you Brian McCarthy.
No, I was going to try and go through Sports Grid.
Or get this. I'll put you in touch with Brian McCarthy. He's my boy. He gets me my credentials.
Yeah.
I don't need.
I'll go. We'll use Bob Lang. I told you one of my off-season goals.
Listen to this shit.
I got a lot of off-season goals. All right, I can't
listen to one of his goals.
I want to call Bob Lang and have a conversation with the guy. I mean, he's a St. Joe's prep guy. I'm a St. Joe's prep guy. We got to be able to find some common ground here to have a conversation like grown men about me handling my business, you handle your business, and let's meet in the middle. I mean, come on. We're the only channel that covers the Eagles that's live for 6 hours a day. There's a lot of other people making content. Nobody's live for 6 hours a day like we are, covering the Philadelphia Eagles. I've been glazing this team all year. 14-3. Jalen Hurts MVP. 4,600 passing yards. Nick Sirianni's awesome. Howie Roseman's awesome. I mean, what the fuck?
Hey, poor John McMullen, man. He's got to go in there with sunglasses on.
He's all right. John's all right.
Walks in there. You work with that fucking dude, Sileo. You lucky. You got Sports Illustrated behind your name, motherfucker.
Twiz says I'm bending the knee. Now, I'm not bending the knee, but I'd like to find common ground.
He's not
bending the knee. Twiz would be firing Sileo because they can't stand that he doesn't glaze the Eagles all day.
They want them to fire me.
Yeah. So that's we're not bending the knee. Stop.
Let me bring this up to you here. Here we go. You agree. Here's the reasons why I believe the Eagles are back in the Super Bowl from their 22 appearance. It's clearly the best O-line in football, right?
Eagles?
Yes.
Right now for sure. But are they a little bit banged up coming into this game? And remember, John was telling me about this Kansas City O-line. They're pretty good in the interior, but they've moved out Joe Thuney to the outside, which, they put in a guy at guard who's nowhere near as good as Joe Thuney was at guard. So it should be interesting to see how these O-lines do in this game. Eagles D-line versus that Kansas City O-line. And then, look, Cam Jurgens has had a great year. Don't get me wrong.
What did John say about his health?
What's that?
What did John say about his health?
Yeah, we're still waiting to hear. We haven't heard anything yet. But Cam Jurgens has had a great year. Cam Jurgens has not, and I repeat, has not had to play a guy like
Chris Jones.
Okay. That guy is the best tackle in the league by far. So, I don't know. I'm not saying we're not going to be able to block him, but I will say it's going to be an interesting task to see. The other thing there is Mekhi Becton, another guy who's had a great year, has not yet had to deal with a guy like Chris Jones. And Chris Jones is obviously a seasoned veteran. And you've seen Mekhi at times, for as good as he's been this year, you've seen at times him get beat in pass protection.
Quick moves.
Right. Quick moves in pass pro. So I don't know. That could be a factor in this game. Now, the one thing I was super happy to see in the NFC Championship game is I clearly don't think the knee is going to be an issue at all for Jalen Hurts in this game. So, he had a big rushing game in Super Bowl 57. He was actually the only guy who had rushing yards in that game. I think he had 70 rushing yards in that game and 3 touchdowns. We're going to need Jalen Hurts' legs in this game for sure. If that pocket collapses, if Chris Jones is wreaking havoc on that D-line, Jalen's going to have to make some magic happen.
I believe Mahomes is going to have to run too in this ball game. Yeah. They're going to win that game too. Number 2, I put Vic Fangio has turned this defense into an aggressive. I can't believe I'm saying this with a zone defense and zone cover defense, but it's aggressive. They put a lot of hats on a ball carrier. I mean, I think the youth has a lot to do with that, but would you not agree that this is a more aggressive defense than what you had in 22? I think the 22 team's by far a better pass rushing team. It's not close.
Really?
You had 4 guys in double digits. I mean, you had 70 of them.
Yeah,
you're nowhere near that.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with that type of results. But I do think here's where I'll push back. Can this team, while they might not have the sacks and the numbers and the stats, can they be as impactful? And by the way, I think they're going to be more impactful in the Super Bowl, because remember what happened to that pass rush in the Super Bowl. The sod father and that old fart who tried to work on the field and he fucked it all up, and then we couldn't get a pass rush. Hassan Reddick sliding like it's an ice rink. I mean, how each NFL team is damn near worth $10 billion. This league is worth $320 billion collectively. It's probably a $1.5 to $2 trillion entity as a whole. And we got field issues at the Super Bowl. Oh my! I'm still not over that bullshit.
Do you want to hear what the NFL owners do for the FIFA guys? They rip the turf up, put FIFA type turf in, and when those guys leave, they rip that turf up and put the shitty turf back. You're like, wait a minute. I mean, it never made sense. The NFL turf, FIFA. Those guys refuse to play on it. They've got to have specialized turf to play if you're going to host a FIFA game, or you're going to have a World Cup.
I saw that. Yeah, they replaced it when they came in for the World Cup and stuff, didn't they?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't follow soccer. Like, people are like World Cup, Premier League, like Liga Premier. I'm like, I don't know one thing about anything. I don't know who's in the MLS. I don't know big teams. I don't know a lick about soccer. And all
I know is my argument always is, who's got better looking chicks, the Argentinians or the Brazilians? That's where I'm at.
Who you got?
I got the Argentinians, man. I think they got the Brazilians, man. Even though the Brazilians are pretty good looking, I'm going to take the Argentina chicks. How about this on number 3? You know, they did something, and I was going to send you that soundbite, but I was able to play it that when we had Rich McKay on. Rich told you when we drafted Sileo is a 3 technique, and we tried to make him a nose, and it was a nightmare because that's not what he was. What I think they did with these draft picks, they drafted zone cornerbacks. They got a guy who fits into an edge rush, what they're looking for with Nolan Smith, who's finally starting to look like the guy they envisioned at the 30th pick. Carter's a 3 technique. You're starting to see a little sign of Davis. What I'm saying to you, Zander, these men have been drafted to the right place to fit the scheme and their skill set. Do you know how many times guys fail in the NFL because they get drafted to a place and they just figure, here's the greatest example. Everybody in free agency thought that Bryce Huff was going to come in here and be a 3-down player because the Eagles were going to plug him in. The guy turned out to be worse. He was the situational guy he was. That was a miscalculation completely. But that goes on even more in drafting players. They did a really nice job at fitting these guys. I think that has a lot to do with Vic, though. I think Vic looked at these guys. We need cover corners who play corner and zone cover corners that played it in college. Quinyon Mitchell played it at Toledo. Cooper DeJean played it at Iowa. All those guys did that. I think Vic had a lot to do with it. It's the same way that I think Stoutland has a lot to do with the O-line type of players that come into Philly.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's definitely true. That's a credit to the coaching. That's a credit to Howie Roseman. That's a credit to, the way they're building this organization. They, the one thing about this organization that can't be denied by anybody is they are certainly operating, even without Super Bowl rings, they are certainly operating at the top of the spectrum, at the upper echelon levels of the league when it comes to just doing business, just being in business, being in contention, having good players, signing good contracts. And Sills, I'm going to push back on you on something here that you've been saying since you came on our network 4.5 years ago. All right. And it's that Howie can't draft defense. Mm-hmm. Well, he has fixed that. If you look at the
first time that he's starting to hit in his 25 years of drafting.
These last 4 years have been pretty rare, man. These last 4 years have been pretty remarkable. And I think you would really agree if you
4 years. 4 years of drafting. I think 3 years of drafting.
Well, 4 years ago he drafted Devontae Smith first round. Now those are offense. Milton Williams was the only guy we took.
Okay, on defense. That's a really good.
He was a 3rd round pick. Great 3rd round pick.
Great 3rd round pick.
Yeah. Marlon T was a 5th, 6th round pick there. You're right. 3 years. I mean, I think Milton was a good draft pick in the 3rd round.
No, good, great.
But not volume there, yeah. And then you got Davis. Yeah, he's still up in the air. Nakobe Dean was a good pick, obviously. Then you have Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Sidney Brown, Keely Ringo, Moro Ajomo in the 7th round.
Are you really sold on Sidney Brown yet?
No. Or Keely Ringo.
Right.
But as a 3rd rounder, I don't know. He's good on special teams, so I don't know what you're expecting from him there as a 3rd rounder. Keely Ringo, 4th rounder.
Well, Milton
Moro
Williams is a
Ajomo.
3rd rounder. Milton
Moro
Williams,
Ajomo, though, as a 7th rounder, that's pretty good.
Milton Williams is a 3rd rounder and he starts.
Yeah, it's true.
You got
And Moro Ajomo is the back.
Sidney's coming off an injury too, so let's be fair to that.
And then last year, obviously, Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Jalix Hunt even in the 3rd round. I mean, he's turned out to be decent. Yeah. Jeremiah Trotter is a 5th rounder, is getting on the field and doesn't look like a trash can. I mean, I think Howie's starting to really turn the page, and that's the one thing I love about Howie Sills. I really do, because I feel like he really does learn from the shit he does wrong. Like, he might take a lot of shit for it, and I know the Jalen Reagor pick is almost unfathomable to go back and look at that, how you can make that pick. But look at what we got now. Look at what he's done on the offensive line. He always learns from what he does wrong, and I think that's definitely a tip of the cap to him.
Would you rather have
now Bob Lang?
Hey, would you rather have Devontae Smith or would you rather have Micah Parsons?
Oh, I might have to go Michael Parsons.
Remember, they moved those picks around and they traded with the Cowboys to get Devontae. And remember what happened with Dallas? The only reason they moved down was because they didn't get Patrick Surtain because he went to Denver. And that, to me, was the only reason that landed like that. I think it landed well for both teams.
I don't know. That's a tough pick. I love Devontae, but because we're not a passing team, it's tough to – yeah, God. I mean, look, everybody's going to say Smitty because it's our guy. I get it, but Parsons is a pretty good edge rusher, bro.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Nolan Smith or Brian Branch. That's another great one. I mean, Brian Branch.
I like Nolan, man. I like Nolan.
Brian Branch is an all-pro first team.
Yeah, but we need an edge rusher.
They drafted the same year.
The reason I picked Michael Parsons.
I'll take the kid in Detroit.
The reason that's fine. The reason I picked Micah over Devontae is because I value that position more than I value a wide receiver number 2. For same reason I would value Nolan over Brian Branch. I value the edge rusher over a great safety. Brian Branch is a great player, though. Don't get me wrong. It's one of those things where you take one, I'll take the other. But I like Nolan Smith, man. I think Nolan Smith is going to be really good. One of my we're going to do our bold predictions in the offseason. I'm going to have a bold prediction for him.
Hey, by the way, man, you could do this with every fucking team too. So would you take care here, there? I mean, you could do that everywhere, man. I mean, but again, everybody here. I mentioned Bobby Beathard, who won 4 Super Bowls as general manager. Do you know who he drafted? Do you know what shitbag he drafted when he was with the Chargers? Folks, tell Zander Bobby Beathard, who's a Hall of Fame general manager, drafted when he was the GM of the Chargers. And everybody took a shit on him because he took that pick. He's one of the greatest evaluators all time when it came. He took Ryan Leaf. There you go, Neil. He took Ryan Leaf. Okay, and he goes, biggest regret of my life was taking that guy.
Ryan Leaf, I think he
everyone does that
nowadays.
Oh, yeah. I see he wanted to beat up someone because they talk shit on him. He should stay out of the pill cabinet.
Oh, is that where I saw him? He was threatened somebody or something?
Yeah, he should stay out of the pill cabinet. It might help him out a little bit. It's all good.
Boy.
Hey, how about this one?
Sounds
5.
Like Big Stills has some inside info there.
Well, no, he went to jail for drugs. He can't stay off the Percocets, Percodan, and the How You Duty drinking.
Philly King says Leaf had talent.
He did. He was a great player coming out of Washington State, but he had a P for a brain. Number 5, and I know the kid, Howie Roseman, for the second time in 3 years, has hit on 85% of his free agents. And this year might be his crowning achievement because the things that were done. When Becton was signed, I had to ask Brian Baldinger, remember what Phil Simms said? The guy looks great. I don't know if that guy plays 17 games, he's going to be a force if they put him in the starting lineup. And sure enough, this guy's turned out to be a force. That move from left tackle to right guard is just absolute brilliance. Then How about at the beginning of the year, you guys get Zach Bond? Let's turn him into a Van Kinkle. Man, we'll try to rush him off the edge. Hey, what about, wait a minute. Devin White blows. That was a Howie sign. All of a sudden, Vic goes like this. By the way, all supers will be red. Vic goes like this. Let's move his ass and sign. I remember at a presser, he goes, can he play inside? He goes, I don't know. We'll see if he can play.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he starts going, yeah, he seems smart, and he looks like, and he gets in that Green Bay game. Remember what John McMullen said?
This was all Vic Fangio, though. All Vic Fangio.
But do you remember what John and I both said? What do you have, like 17 fucking tackles in Brazil? We all went like this. That might be one of the greatest performances by a linebacker in Eagle history. There's no chance he keeps that up. That fucking guy hasn't stopped since Brazil.
That's something I'm going to do in the offseason too, is go back and chronicle look at our coverage that we had throughout the year. That's always fun to go back and do. I know I was not happy after week 4 when we were 2-2 going into the bye week. I remember that well. So no, you're right. Becton's a crazy good move, man. Moving him in there and what he's been able to do is pretty. And
adding Barkley.
Yeah, adding Barkley. The whole Bond thing, though. I mean, if you go back, talk about going back and chronicling what we were covering. Yeah, it was supposed to be Devin White and Nakobe Dean. Like, this was not – there was nobody talking about Zach Bond until, like, 2 weeks before we kicked off the season, late in August or late in July.
Isaiah Rodgers and Slay.
Nobody was talking about Bond. And this is where I give John a little credit. He was telling everybody, and they were not happy with him. I don't think Devin White's going to have much of a role on this football team. And everyone's like,
he took a shitload of the snaps in preseason.
What's that?
He took all the snaps in the preseason and practice, got in the game. All of a sudden they went, you're not going to Brazil. We're keeping you behind. Everyone went, what? Holy shit.
All right, so what do you think Zach Bond's
getting paid?
What do you think Zach Bond's getting paid?
$15 million.
All-Pro.
15 over 3.
First team All-Pro, Defensive Player of the Year candidate, and to top it off, he had his best game of the year maybe in the NFC Championship game. So he's now delivering for you in the biggest moments as well. 11.5 Buckhalter. I'm sorry, he's going to be on the gone if that's what you want to give him.
Hey,
I think it's going to be more than 11.5.
Before I get your ass out of here, man, I'm going to give you 3 Big Sills bold predictions for the Super Bowl.
All right, let's do it, because I want to give away the Zach Bond jersey. Get your memberships in. If you're not a member, we're going to give away a Zach Bond, Kelly Green Stitch jersey in about 10 minutes.
So good. The numbers are the professional numbers. It's all good. I think Barkley's going for over 200 yards in the game.
Dude, if that happens, this will be one of the most memorable Super Bowls of all time. If you stop the three-peat with a 200-yard performance from a running back that is already setting records for the most yards in a season, oh my God, that would be. All right, if you say that, is that one of your bold predictions officially?
Yeah.
Are you tipping your hand on who you're picking in the Super Bowl?
Depending on who you're going to know. Hang in there.
I mean, I'll make a proclamation.
Okay.
If we do that, we're going to fucking win this game, dude. I'm sorry.
My second bold prediction.
Okay, let's hear this one.
Xavier Worthy goes over 150 yards receiving.
I don't like that prediction at all. I just don't think he's that type of player. I think he would get 80 yards.
How do you look at that AFC title game?
He looked pretty damn good. I'm not saying he's not a good player. I just think Andy's going to get creative with getting him the ball. And I don't know, 150. He's not like your typical, route running receiver. He's more like a speed guy, a gadget guy that Andy will use all over the field. He is good. I like him a lot. But 150, I'm going to take the under on that, big dog.
Zach Bond will have 11 tackles, a sack, an interception, and a caused fumble, and 3 TFLs.
Zach Bond will have a forced fumble, 3 TFLs, and what else?
A sack and 11 tackles.
Okay, so one of the greatest defensive Super Bowl performances in history, it sounds like. All right, so you got 2 all-time. Yeah, Curtis is like Super Bowl MVP. Wait, who's going to get it? Him or Saquon with the freaking 200 yards that Sileo's given?
It's only 3. It's only 3 bold predictions early, fellas.
right,
Let's
so
hang in there.
All right.
Okay.
3
All right.
early bold
Do you
predictions.
want to do the supers and then the giveaway?
Yeah, we'll do the supers, then the giveaway.
Okay, so guys, do me a favor. This gives you a chance to subscribe. So please hit that subscription button.
Yeah, join and be a
right
member. If
after
you're not a
we
member,
do
you're
the
not going to
lives,
be
we'll
able
give
to.
the jersey, the Zach Bond jersey away.
All right, we got to have somebody in here too, so it might take us a couple pulls. All right, let's do this. I'll do the super chats now, and then we'll rattle off the giveaway.
Guys, you've been great. Please hit the like button as well.
Anthony
Give me
Wilson.
a total on where we are with that like button too, if you can.
Anthony Wilson says, I bet Reddick feels shitty. Maybe he was the cancer. Yeah, and how about Kelsey and Cox? You think they're regretting retiring?
Oh, yeah.
Cox still had juice.
Dude, and wait a minute. How about this? And they're better without them two.
I know.
They're better.
Abe says, is it scheme, players, or teaching for this season?
It's both. You can't have, hey, you need the Jimmies and Joes to teach.
Yes.
Okay. You can.
But I don't think these Jimmies and Joes would be doing this without Vic. I think you need them both.
No.
Yeah.
But again, you can have, dude, you can be Einstein, but if you don't have the things around you to make the fucking light bulb, or Edison, to make the light bulb, how the fuck are you going to make the light bulb? You got to have the equipment around you to make it happen. You got to have the players around you to make it happen. Remember Dave once that said that, Zander? He goes like this, scheme won't be the issue. It'll be the players. Yeah.
The credit to the coaches. They say it all the time, too. Dio checks in. If he goes 200, he will break Riggins' record for playoffs.
It's the kid from the Redskins. It's Tim Smith, who's got the record for the most rushing yards.
Yeah.
Riggins did have the record, though, for a bit.
Riggins, yeah. Mad Dio again. Sirianni 5-0 off bye week. Small sample.
Okay, so I'll take Andy off the bye. You can have Nick.
Yeah, sorry, Dio. Well, to his point, though.
I got it.
Both of them are solid. To this point, both of them are solid. Stay focused. F that and F them. Sills is a national treasure. Yes, he is. That's an understatement. Kyle McMaster checks in. I think Jalen's comment was aimed at the media, similar to after the Steelers game. Media has been saying that coaching is limiting him. He's not attack coach after winning, going to go to the Super Bowl. I don't know about that.
So the media put the handcuffs on him. Not the coaching staff. Is that what you're trying to convince yourself of, Kyle? If that's what you're trying to convince yourself of, there's really no debate here.
Kyle, good stuff. Appreciate your $10. Prince checking in. T.O., AJ Brown, and Saquon all took us to the dance.
Yep, they did. But in my opinion, if I'm taking one of those
did
guys
AJ
out of those,
to the dance, I don't know about that.
Did AJ take you to the dance? In 22?
Jalen Hurts was second in MVP voting in 22.
Okay, honey. Jalen Hurts is your boy. I got it. Jalen did lead them that year in 22.
I'm just saying.
Oh, he did. He did. It wasn't AJ. It was Jalen that year. Okay. These Jalenites, man. Holy shit. You start talking shit. The typical Philly dude, you talking shit on my guy. I'll talk shit on him.
He's the second most successful quarterback in the league in the last 4 years, like you said yesterday on the show. Thank you very much.
Second most successful. Let me think.
Silver medal.
I'm trying to figure out what he's ever won in his career. No, I like the SEC.
Wait a second. You glaze Jared Goff like he's the freaking king of the hill for his 2 NFC championships.
This guy's getting more like Big Sills all the time. He didn't let me finish, but that's correct right there. I love the kid. That's exactly correct. You're right. Hey, those are the second most important team awards you can win, or conference championships for a quarterback. There's no doubt about it, man. I mean, the ultimate prize is the Super Bowl, but bro, you can't just dismiss NFC titles. You just can't.
No, you can't. That's impressive what they did. And Jalen had a big game.
And the amount of time they did it, 2 and 3.
KJ30 checks in. Appreciate it, KJ. Troy Aikman sacrificed for those 3 titles. Smith was the real deal when it came to those Cowboys, and Michael Troy was on the ride. He was a part of it.
Troy Aikman was the caboose. Emmett was the rider, and Irvin was AJ. Yes, that's correct. That's correct. I agree with that.
PR's Tavern checks in. We lost to Brady and Bill, and then played them again and won. Yep.
You played Brady and Bill and won? Yeah,
We lost to
right.
Brady and Bill.
That's
Remember
right. You 1-1 against them too. That's right. Forgot. That's right. The 04 game.
That's what I said to you at the start of the segment. Yeah, we lost
Yeah.
to the GOAT, and then we beat the GOAT, and now we
Yeah.
lost to Mahomes, and now we have a chance to beat Mahomes.
Wow, that is unbelievable, man. You could do that against those two guys again. That's fucking great.
All right, can you give Philly credit for one more thing? And I know it didn't happen yet, so maybe you won't yet. But if Philly is able to get the job done here, we got 2 Super Bowls in franchise history, and they're going to come against the 2 greatest quarterbacks in the history of the NFL.
Yeah, there's no denying that.
That's the best way to win a Super Bowl, in my opinion.
The guy who Brady hates the most is Foles, so that just tells you all you need to go.
Yeah, did you hear his comment on the?
Yeah. He goes, he caught the pass, I dropped the pass.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Matt Dio again. All right, we got to roll because I got to get this jersey.
Yeah, we got
another record. Yeah, you didn't send me Bill Moss, by the way. I did send him though. You didn't send it to me though, but I sent him because I heard you say it on the show.
Oh, you got you.
I got him the link. Yes.
Yeah, let's.
I'm saying you didn't send it to me, so I was unaware. Matt Dio says another record Barkley could break is Riggins' playoff rushing record, 610 in 1982. Barkley is 442, so needs 169. That'd be big. Green Goat becomes a member. Green Goat, thank you, bro. Devontae says Jalen had over 300 last time for the bowl. We could probably see that again along with Saquon's great rushing performance. Devontae, I don't know if I want that because if you have 300 rush passing in this game, you're probably playing
Barkley's
behind.
not with the carries. Then you want Barkley to run the ball.
There's only one ball, man. I'd rather have 200 or 230, 240 like he did last week with a big game from Saquon. Saquon Dejean B-Day on 2-9, 26 and 33 is 59. I saw that. It's like numerology you guys are playing on us. All right,
let's give this jersey out, brother.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, we're giving away a Zach Bond jersey. Are you a member? If you're not winning, okay? It's Kelly Green, and it's stitched, and it's beautiful. And I'll say this to you. I'm pretty sure that Howie Roseman is going to get this man signed, all right? Now, I don't know for sure. I hope he does because I don't want to give away a jersey of a guy that's done so. But he is a first-team All-Pro linebacker. I don't think how many times this year, Sills, has Howie gotten credit for Zach Vaughn in the airwaves, on the media, anywhere? He's not letting this guy go. Howie's got his ego, okay? And I'm perfectly all right with that. And he ain't letting this guy go because he knows that everybody praised him for doing it, for signing him.
Absolutely.
So I don't think he's going to let him go. Nobody was praising him for TJ Edwards, all right? That's a fact.
I'm with you.
All right, here we go. Green Goat. I like that name. I've never seen him in the chat before. Might be a little opportunistic, but that's all right. That's all right. We respect an opportunistic person. What's the matter, Sills? You mute over there?
No, nothing. I'm ready to roll here, man. I'm ready.
All right, you ready? I got the thing. See, Sileo is not there for Zander time. He doesn't understand. This shit doesn't go quick, all right? This shit doesn't go quick. It takes me hours to do this stuff, all right? Green Goat. All right, here's our member list. Everybody's in. Did we get any new members? Nope, we did. I got them all. All right, here we go. Zach Bond jersey. You got to be.
I can't wait to see this.
All right, we'll do 3 shuffles and spin it. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. Zach Bond, Kelly Green, for one of the great people of JAKIB Nation. We appreciate all you guys. 3, 2, 1. Wicked Hebrew.
Wicked
Hebrew. Here.
Where's the Wicked Jew? Let's go, guy. Where are you?
A half hour later. Yeah, Silio's going to have to learn low-key. He doesn't understand what happens.
Where's the Wicked Jew? Come on.
Look at Joseph Biden. Xander's 26. His hairline's 46. It's more like 66, big dog. Shit's almost gone.
Where is he? By the way, you're going to get a countdown here. 10, 9, 8.
Oh, Silio's going quick.
7, 6, 5, 4.
All right, he's done.
3, 2, 1. Sorry, Wicked Joe, you're out.
All right, confirm. He's done. 1 shuffle, 2 shuffles, 3 shuffles. All right, we got 5 minutes to get a winner because we got Bill Moss coming. All right. 4, 3, 2, 1. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Nat, are you here? Nad's not. I'm not giving Nad the freaking the Bond jersey, but I will do something for Nad.
Get that thing, man.
I will do something for Nad if he's here. If he's not here, he's done.
Nighter all day. You know where he is? He's where Prince was. He's in lockup.
Nah, Nad. No, see, everybody loves shitting on Nad, but Nad is one of our great members here. Nad's been a member, Sileo, for 25 months. Most of these people have been a member for like 6 days. So I love Nad. I'll do something for him if he's in here. He's not in here, though.
Okay, let's get another one.
All right, you're done, Nad. That's hilarious. Nad and Jay. Yeah, you know I already had to buy a Jaden Daniels jersey, right?
Yeah, I heard that.
Because James Jones won.
You're
All
done.
Right, here we go. 1 shuffle. 2 shuffles. 3 shuffles. The only time I've ever not seen Nad here, he won. That's hilarious.
He's going to fucking go crazy.
He lost. What do you mean? He's done. 3, 2, 1. Big Trag. Yes, Trag's been waiting to win. Is he here?
Oh, God.
Is Big Trag here?
Big Trag. You better get your ass in here.
Dude, oh, my God. Nad shows up. And now Nad has showed up. Is Big Trag here, too? Yes, he's here.
Yes, Big Trag.
All right, Nad, I'll send you something, too. I'll send you some Niners merch. Big Trag with a win.
Yes, sir.
On W for Big Trag. All right.
That's fucking great, man.
There we go. Wait, let me put my email in the chat.
Fun.
All right, Nad, because you were here and you might have been a little behind or whatever, I'm going to do something for Nad, too. All right. Nad's one of our great supporters. I don't give a shit if you guys don't like it. I love Nad because he's been a member for 23 months here on JAKIB. So most of you guys can't say that.
It's rigged.
Big Trag. No, Big Trag's been saying it's rigged. Watch. This is what happens. It reminds me of John McMullen. People don't cry about the play call. They cry about the results. When you win, it's not rigged. When you don't win, it's rigged. That's how everybody goes about it. All right.
Oh, my God almighty, man. That's fucking great stuff. Be prepared. Zander's going to give more stuff away on Birds 365 tomorrow. So you can go there too, M-Race, and call it rigged there too. Tomorrow.
Yeah, Nad, you can shoot me an email too. I'll get you something for 49ers or whatever you want to work. I'll do something for you, Nad. I promise.
Hey, M-Race, what's rigged more? A Kansas City Chiefs game or Zander spinning of the dial here to get Eagle gear?
I have way more effective ways if I want to do a rig something. Like this is the least efficient, effective way to rig something if I wanted to rig something. All right.
Oh,
look, Swagger, what the FC? Commode and Niners fans get shit and I don't. They're a member too, Swagger. All right. Come on, man. In fact,
hey Prince. Hey, Prince, I'm gonna get you a yellow. I'm gonna get you an orange jumpsuit. That's what Zander and I think you want.
Yo, Prince, don't let him put words in my mouth, bro. I love you, Prince. I'm happy to have you back in JAKIB, bro.
Prince, I am too. He's a January 6th guy. It's all good, dog. We love you.
All right, Big Trag, go and email me and Nad. Let me write them down. Add another to the list. I sent out a bunch more today. We're sending out more. All right, Big Trag won Bond jersey.
Let's do pump here, and then we'll call it a shop, and we'll get Moss on here in a couple minutes.
Nad, Niners merch. You got to be kidding me. Jalen 316. He is not here. He has risen. Just as he said, come and see the place where he lay. He has risen. Reborn a Jalenite.
Holy cow.
Oh, my God. Pumper's hilarious.
Pumper's in Jerusalem with Jalen.
I think he's talking about himself. Is he now a Jalenite? Pumper, are you now a Jalenite?
Hell no, man. You think that guy, you think he prays at the altar of the Jalenites?
Yes, he
Very
is.
doubtful.
Pumper's got to be one of the most creative guys in the world.
He absolutely is. I love this guy.
Maybe
man.
you just chat GPT to make up some of these things. They're good.
Pump, you're good as shit, man. I like your stuff.
All right, Sills. Have a good segment with you.
Appreciate it. Thank you, man. Hey, don't forget, folks, make sure you catch Zander tomorrow morning, 365, Birds 365. Giving more gear away and great content. Make sure you check all them guys out. John McMullen, the #1 Eagle reporter, is on with Zander, so make sure you check that bad puppy out. I want to just say thank you to everybody for all the support you've given. Let's enjoy this Super Bowl run, and a big congrats to Big Trag and Nad
2 winners today. We were only going to have 1, and we had 2. So shout out to you guys. I appreciate your support of the channel. Big Sills, great show. I'll catch you tomorrow, brother.
You got it, brother. I appreciate you very much. Sills. Looks like Sills, he got the orange prison suit on. Well, they used to say that about the University of Miami. How you doing? Hit the like button, my friends. I appreciate it. We got Bill Moss right around the corner. We're going to get him. Not sure we're going to take a time out here, but I do want to throw this at you before Bill hits the airways with us. He's part of the broadcast team for the Kansas City Chiefs. Former NFL rookie defensive. By the way, I'll ask Bill what he thinks of Jalen Carter. Get his thoughts, obviously, on Chris Jones, too. No question. Bill's part of that whole Chief. He's an ambassador for the Chiefs, played there for a ton of years. But let me ask you this here, man. The law firm, Burks and Bond, took care of business. They sure did, dude. They sure did. They were great. Would you rather see 300 passing yards in this Super Bowl in 12 days or 200 rushing yards? What would you rather see? The 300 passing from Hurts? Or would you rather see 200 rushing? Me too. I want to see the 200 yards rushing. Okay? I do. I want to see the 200 yards rushing. All right, folks, do me a favor. Please hit the like button. Do not forget our great friends at BetUS here. Our friends at BetUS have teamed up with everyone here at JAKIB Sports. And during this football season, you've got, in 12 days, Super Bowl 59. And we're teamed up with our friends at BetUS. Here's what you do with the YouTube 150. It's a signing bonus up to $2K. You get 150% of your sign-up bonus all the way to $2K. Your second and third are 125%. And if you're into crypto, it's 200%. Sign-up bonus up to $2K. Go to betus.com.pa. That's betus.com.pa. It's the home of Michael Vick. Fastest payouts in the business. 24/7 personalized service. 365 days a year. Live wagering on all major games. Go to betus.com.pa. That's betus.com.pa. And do me a favor. Tell Big Sill sent me.
If you missed any of today's show on the JAKIB Media channel, listen to the podcast on your way home. Available on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify.
Ignite your